Okay, spitball number 2. Making a little bit of extra money before the holidays. As an entrepreneur or creative, and this is how you make your money, this time of year can be pretty difficult for some people. You're used to getting a certain amount of money every month or trying to make that money, or you have X amount of days in that month to make that money. Well, we know about, December 15th, December 20th, things just stop, and they'll stop to the new year. And they'll probably stop until about a week into the new year as well, as people just get ramped back up. So how do you create a little bit of extra money before the holidays? And also get your brand out there. So I have a few people that I'm going to call out here. Number one, and I'm just going to do this one on this episode, and I'm going to do 3 more with 3 different ideas. Number one is a family photo shoot, Christmas themed, fun, easy. Don't overthink it, okay? I think one of the kind of biggest crutches I'll sell you that I have, and I think a lot of creatives have, is we overthink the process. We overthink what it's going to take to engage the client. We overthink the amount of lighting that we need. We overthink ourselves and our own self-doubt. Okay, so this is something that you don't need to overthink. This is something you just need to create. Okay, I'm going to reference Brandon Hart, who I talked to earlier today about using him as an example. And he's someone that does a really great job at this, and he creates a Christmas scene. And through his client lists and everyone else that he has, he brings them in, and they always get like super dressed up. And I'll drop an example of his photo right here. Okay, and you'll see this is something that you don't need to go rent a big studio for. This is something that you don't need a ton of lights for. This is something that you could create, and you could do it in your garage. You could do it in your living room and move some couches aside and put a backdrop in and bring people in. I've worked in 4,000 square foot studios, and I've worked in 200 square foot studios. And sometimes the bigger, the less personal it is. When you have something small and cozy, you can get to know the people that you're dealing with. You can create a laugh. You can create something that's, easy. I think would be the whole key to this thing here. Okay. Brandon's done a really good job at this. Okay. And if you're looking at his images, we're not looking to copy people. We're looking to use bits of inspiration from what they do to put your own creative spin on that. Copying someone is not what we want to try to do here. What we want to do here is for you to create your own look and your own feel, and something that can be replicated sort of year after year after year, and whether that's props or however you want to make that. Okay. So, second question that I had from a buddy of mine, John, who was looking at doing something similar. Where do I do this? How do I market it? What's my first steps? Your first steps is either bringing someone in so you can give them a free photo shoot so you can get actual images that you could then promote with. You could use previous images. You could create something on Canva, say, that doesn't even have images. All it's doing is using graphics and some photos of a Christmas tree. I don't know, and I think that's beyond the point. The point is that you can come up with something that's cool and creative. Okay, how do I get that out there? Well, right now you're watching this on social media. Okay, so you got an ability to get it out on social media, Facebook, TikTok, whatever it is. Okay, what places that I've been super successful on either selling stuff as an individual item or say promoting my Airbnb is Facebook Marketplace, a super underutilized thing for creatives and anyone who's trying to drive traffic. Every city has either a community page or they have multiple buy-sell pages. Here in Halifax, there has to be 30 of them. Well, I've joined every single one of them. And the more you join, the more they come up on the bottom of suggestions of other for sale groups that you would like to do. You go through the process, you check, you join all of those. You create a simple thing as I'm going to sell something on Facebook Marketplace. You create your copy, you get your images, you put a price, and you essentially go through that process. And at the bottom, it's just like checkmarks. You want Halifax, you want Vancouver, you want Coquitlam, you want all these different places. They will just individually post your post for free to people who don't even know who you are. People who are looking for things. People who are looking for Christmas ideas. People are looking for a couch. Okay? This is a really great way to engage new clients and also to put a couple extra bucks in your pocket during a slow time of year for you. When I first started doing photo shoots and started getting paid for them, I would do family shoots, and I was doing a lot of weddings. Okay, when you're shooting these things, unless you know the person or they've reached out to you, a lot of times you really don't have an idea like what these people do for a living, what the husband does for a living, what the wife does for a living. And if you could really carry yourself professionally and execute these things that you might think are just family photo shoots, they could lead into like many other opportunities. They could lead into this person could be the head of marketing for the company. You have no idea, right? So if you're able to carry yourself professionally and deliver a product on time, on budget, and you're cool and you're easy to work with and you're professional, there's no reason why you can't leverage that photo shoot and turn that into something else. And it happens all the time. They could be running their own business. They could be a small startup that's at home trying to start an e-commerce company, and they need a little bit of a video or they need some photography for their brand. You never know where these things can lead to. Okay. But I would say most importantly is when you're doing these things is to be professional, be courteous, be kind to the people that you're working with, and make them feel comfortable. You make them feel comfortable, people will talk about how enjoyable that experience was. That word of mouth goes further than how great your photos are, or what kind of camera you have, or what kind of lights you have, or how big your studio is. Okay, so this is just one idea over Christmas. Get it out, but you got to get it out now because people are looking for ideas, right? So, Facebook Marketplace, family photo shoots, Christmas, think clean and lean. Don't think big and huge so it stops you from doing it. Take an hour, create a little copy, get some images together, and start doing something about it. And I think you'd be quite impressed with the results. And you're essentially branding yourself and creating more of an online presence just through the process. Anyways, that's my spitball for today. Go over and check out Brandon Hart, and we'll talk to you soon.